Hey fight fans, this is Richard Schaefer and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Okay, so Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. Now, as we all know, pay-per-view numbers are a good indication as to who's popular and who isn't. Okay, historically that has always been the way. Now, for the longest time, we've heard Bob Arum saying that Tyson Fury is a global superstar. He's a huge superstar in America. Frank Warren said the same thing because he's been on WWE, he's wrote a couple of books, and he's done some music, and he's done that Netflix series, which apparently was some kind of record-breaking thing. Not too sure exactly what it is that they're talking about, because there are many shows here in the UK that outperformed at Home of the Furies. Anyway, regardless, he's a huge superstar, right? Okay, so let's see what kind of numbers he done against Francis Ngannou. Well, according to Dave Meltzer, who has a history of getting numbers pretty much spot on, especially through America, well, 56,000 pay-per-view buys on ESPN Plus in America. 56,000. At $80 a go, $79.99 to be precise, but $80 to round it up, well, that would be round about, what, $4.5 million? Not bad money, is it? Not bad. Well, apparently Tyson Fury got in the region of around $50 million to fight Francis Ngannou. If numbers are accurate, that's flying around the internet, and Francis Ngannou got in the region of 30 million. So that's 80 million just for the main event. $80 million. Now, how much did they spend on the undercard? Fabio Wardley versus David Adelaide, Martin Bakole versus Carlos Takam, Asmik Makhmadov versus Junior Anthony Wright, and whatever else, okay? Moses Atum was on there, and that, of course, Joseph Parker against Simon Keane, so forth and so on. But how much did they all get? How much did it cost them to build this arena? How much did it cost them to bring over a lot of these celebrities on invites? Sorry, did you think that all these celebrities all saw that Tyson Fury was fighting Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia and went, oh, I know what I want to do. I want to buy a ticket to fly over there to Saudi Arabia out of my own pocket. I want to get my own accommodation out of my own pocket. I want to spend my own money while I'm there, and I want to buy my own ticket to watch that fight. Do you think that's what they've done? Or do you think that a lot of them were paid for on invite? What do you think? How much do you think they spent on the promotion of this event? A pretty penny, right? A pretty penny. I think for everything, you're talking probably between 100 and 150 million for the whole lot. Well, they've got 4.5 million back from ESPN, okay? So it's all reliant on the UK pay-per-views, TNT Sports, right? Well, apparently, again, according to some numbers out there, it's in the region of 400,000 pay-per-view buys. 400,000. At £22 a pay-per-view, that's what, 8.8, or, you know what, this is round up, £9 million. How much is that in dollars? What, about 11, maybe 12, I don't know. Okay, so you're talking about the UK and the US, around about 16, 17 million on the pay-per-views. Is that paying back even the main event, let alone building the arena, the undercards, the celebrities and the promotions and all that kind of stuff, is it? Okay, DAZN. DAZN had the global rights for it. Well, they weren't on pay-per-view for the global rights, were they? Through DAZN. They were through their regular subscribers. How much do you think that they paid the Saudis for those rights? Well, it would have to have been around about 80 million, if not more, just to try and break even, right? No, of course not. They wouldn't have spent that much on it. Of course not. A couple of million, maybe. So basically what I'm telling you is that this entire event was a complete flop. No surprise to me, no surprise to most of you. Would the Saudis have expected to take a loss? Yeah, I think they would have done. Would they expected to have taken as much of a loss as they have allegedly taken now? I wouldn't have thought so. Because you see, Turki Al-Sheikh, who incidentally follows me on social media, I'm one of the very few that he does, but he would have put on this event thinking it's going to be a huge event. And I'm pretty sure that he's got people in his ear saying, oh yeah, Tyson Fury's a superstar. He's this and he's that. And you know what? We're going to help build the profile of Saudi Arabia for the tourism and all this kind of stuff. And you know what, if you ever want to come to the UK, of course, with the Saudis being part of Newcastle United Football Club, which happens to be my city, which is about 3 minutes down the Scotswood Road from my house, you want to put on shows at St James's Park, Newcastle United Football Ground? Yeah, of course, we'll help you. Basically, a lot of people with hands in his pocket trying to grab as much gold as they possibly can. They're in it for themselves, is what they are. In it for themselves. And if Turkey al-Sheikh and the Saudis want to listen to certain people, okay, you listen to them. Do whatever. And unless there's some kind of money laundering situation going on, it's got to be a little bit concerning. It doesn't matter how much money that the Saudis have got. Okay? They're going to want to make something back. And this didn't do it. Why? Because Tyson Fury is not the superstar that people will have them proclaim that he is. I told you this, I've said this for quite some time now, his stock has drastically fallen. I don't care what he's done on Netflix or books or WWE or whatever it is, but people are sick to death of the lies. They're sick to death of the ducking, the cherry picking and all that kind of stuff. People are sick to death of it now. He does not do numbers like a Canelo Alvarez or previously a Anthony Joshua or a Jake Paul and whatever. He's not that guy. He's not. You can tell the masses that he's a superstar as much as you want. You can tell Turkey al-Sheikh and the Saudis that he's a superstar until the cows come home. But now, Turkey al-Sheikh and the Saudis know exactly what kind of numbers that he does. Now I'm sure they're going to have some kind of excuse. Oh, well, it's because of this. Oh, well, it's because of that. No, it's because he's not a huge superstar. That's why. That's why. And the Saudis fell for it. Well, at the end of the day, if you believe people, then you learn the hard way, won't you? As I said, I'm sure that they didn't expect to make a profit, but were they expected to make the kind of loss that, by the looks of it, they may well have made? Who knows? Who knows? But now, of course, with Fury and Usyk, they've already signed the contract. How much that they're getting paid, who knows? Well, the Saudis have no choice now but to put on that event and pay the money. And guess what? They're not going to make profit on it. They're just not. Because Fury is not that guy. He's not. He really isn't. Undisputed or not undisputed. Against a Alexander Usyk, okay, listen, it'll do okay numbers. It'll do pretty good. But they won't be getting anywhere close to making any kind of profit at all. It just won't happen. Guarantee it won't happen. But you know what, Turkey al-Sheikh? Listen, mate. I told you before, you've been listening to the wrong people. Maybe now you'll see it. But ultimately, it's too late now, isn't it? Contract's been signed. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.